morning, dear students. I am Miss NAVEDA SHAIKH from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. NAVEDA SHAIKH from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we will be continuing with the next part of the chapter that we started last week, that is towards green energy. Now, this is the second part of the chapter. We did not complete the chapter in our first video, so it is here you have another video for this chapter. If you haven't seen that video, please go through the video, first part of the video, so that you understand and you are on the same track with us in this part of the video as well. So let's get started with this second part of the chapter towards green energy. Now let us understand about thermal energy based electric power station. Thermal energy means what? First of all, I explained you all in the very beginning about the types of energy. Now thermal energy is a type of energy which is related to heat. ठीक है, गर्मी. So how thermal energy is used to produce electrical energy. So let's have a look at it. In this, the turbine is rotated using steam. यहाँ पर भाप की मदद से टर्बाइंस को रोटेट किया जाता है. वाटर इज हीटेड इन अ बॉयलर, और जब पानी गर्म होता है तो क्या प्रोड्यूस होती है? स्टीम. यूजिंग द थर्मल एनर्जी रिलीज ड्यू टू बर्निंग ऑफ कोल, स्टीम ऑफ वेरी हाई टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर इज जनरेटेड. ठीक है, थर्मल एनर्जी के यूज करने से जब हम लोग कोल को अगर बर्न करेंगे तो उससे क्या रिलीज होगा? हीट एनर्जी. ठीक है, ये हीट एनर्जी की वजह से स्टीम of very high temperature and pressure is generated. The energy in the steam drives the turbine. Steam क्या करती है? ये turbines को move करती है. Thus, the generator connected to the turbine rotates and electrical energy is produced. ठीक है, तो ये जो generators है ये connected है turbines को, और ये turbines rotate होती है और electrical energy produce होती है. ठीक है, तो आई होप अगर आप लोग फ्लो चार्ट याद रखोगे तो ये पूरा वही सिस्टमैटिक वही एक चार्ट अगर आप लोग फॉलो करोगे तो इट इज लाइक दैट ओनली. ठीक है, फर्स्ट यू नीड अ सोर्स, दैट इज योर इन थर्मल एनर्जी में क्या है? स्टीम है सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. ठीक है, स्टीम प्रोड्यूस कैसे हो रही है? कोल बर्न करने से. कोल बर्न करने से हाई अमाउंट ऑफ स्टीम इज रिलीज्ड व्हिच इज पुटिंग प्रेशर ऑन टू द टर्बाइंस. ठीक है, उसकी वजह से टर्बाइंस मूव होती है. टर्बाइन मूव्स होने से क्या हो रहा है? इट इज द जनरेटर्स आर कनेक्टेड टू द टर्बाइन और उसकी वजह से इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस होती है. Let us understand the flow chart showing generation of electrical energy using thermal energy. So here you basically use fuel, and that is coal. It is then heated. Boiler for conversion of water to steam is used. The steam turbines, it moves the turbines, and this turbines are connected to the generator, and the generator, what does it do? It converts it into electrical energy. ठीक है, तो आप लोगों को सिर्फ याद रखना है कौन से फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी है और उसी की मदद से आप लोगों को आंसर लिखने में आसानी होगी. Now let us understand the schematics of thermal power plant. Now here again you can see how the coal. Since thermal energy is used here to generate electrical energy, such power plants are called thermal power plants. In thermal power plants, the chemical energy in the coal is converted into electrical energy through several steps. The steps which are involved here is, first, the chemical energy which is used from the coal by burning it, and that it is generating heat. Okay, so that is what is thermal energy. Now that thermal energy is kinetic energy which is present in the steam. Okay, when the thermal energy is generated, it gives out
steam which helps in moving the turbine. ठीक है, so this turbine is also moving, so it is, or this is also a kinetic energy. This turbines are connected to the generators as we studied earlier also, and these generators help in converting this energy, thermal energy, into electrical energy. Okay, now this is done on a very large scale. So I hope this part of thermal energy and how thermal energy produces electrical energy is clear to all of you. Let us understand that there are certain problems related to thermal power plants as well. ठीक है? Although you can see that high amount of energy is obtained by through the thermal power plants, but there are certain problems which are very important for us to understand. First is air pollution. Air pollution due to burning of coal. Burning of coal results in emission of gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, and nitrogen oxide, which are harmful to the health. Along with the emission of gases due to burning of coal, soot, that is the black color smoke that you see, that is nothing but soot, particles are also released into the environment. This may cause serious health problems related to the respiratory system. So we all have learned how the burning of fuels can affect our health in our previous standards as well. ठीक है, under air pollution. So this is one of the very major problem of thermal energy plants where they are burning down coal, which is nothing but a fuel. Okay, and when they burn down coal, it is releasing certain harmful gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, which are very injurious to our health, and it causes respiratory problems as well. The reserves of fuel used in this method, that is coal, are limited. Okay, so as we know that coal is not naturally obtained, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि उसका प्रोडक्शन होता ही जा रहा है. कोल जो है वो ओवर द इयर्स बनता है. ठीक है, सालों लगते हैं उसे बनने के लिए, और अगर वो खत्म हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद उसे obtain करना बहुत difficult है, because we will have to wait for a long time in order to produce that coal. Okay, so it is a limited stock, so you cannot keep on using coal for a very long time. So therefore in future there will be limitations on the availability of the coal. So let us understand about the power plant based on nuclear energy. Now there are certain power plants as we learned earlier also कि किस तरीके से कोल का इस्तेमाल होता है, तो उस तरीके के पावर प्लांट्स को हम लोग बोलते हैं थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स. Now here nuclear energy is being used. Now nuclear energy क्या है? We have learned about elements, and in that atoms we have learned that there is nucleus, there are electrons, there are neutrons, there are protons, and we have learned about that. ठीक है? So when we make use of atoms and how these molecules are reacting with each other in order to produce energy, it is called as nuclear energy. ठीक है, how this nuclear energy is produced, how it is done, we will look into it right now. So let's understand about what is a power plant based on nuclear energy. In the power plant based on nuclear energy, also steam turbine is used to rotate the generators. ठीक है, बेसिकली ये सेम चीज हो रही है, बट द सोर्स ऑफ मेकिंग एनर्जी, जैसे कि लास्ट टाइम हम लोग ने लास्ट इसमें देखा था अबाउट थर्मल एनर्जी जहां पर कोल यूज हो रहा था. ठीक है, नाउ योर समथिंग some other thing is going to be used, but there is a turbine, there is a generator. Okay, वो process वो same रहेगा यहाँ पर भी. So remember that here you have turbines and they are connected to the generators. However, here the energy released by fission of nuclei of atoms like uranium or plutonium is used to generate the steam of high temperature and high pressure. Now we have, as I told you earlier also, कि हमारे पास जो हम लोग ने स्टडी कर रहे थे एटम्स के बारे में, उसके अंदर हम लोगों ने न्यूक्लियस है, उसका न्यूट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स के बारे में स्टडी कर रहे थे. अलॉन्ग विद दैट वी ऑल्सो स्टडीड अबाउट सम रेडियो एक्टिव एलिमेंट्स लाइक यूरेनियम or plutonium. So these two are basically used to generate steam at high temperature and high pressure. ठीक है. The energy in the steam rotates the turbine which in turn drives the generator producing electricity. ठीक है. तो ये जो later part है वो same है. Turbines को rotate करती है steam और steam से generator move होता है और generator electricity produce करता है. ठीक है. So the main important thing is what we are going to use here. We are going to use elements like uranium or plutonium in order to produce steam. That steam will rotate the turbines will turn the generators and the generators will produce electricity. ठीक है. It is very simple. Let's have a look at this picture. The diagram that you can see here. Here you have a vessel reactors where you have these atoms placed here inside it. They keep on reacting with each other, and when they are reacting with each other they keep on producing steam. ठीक है. ये जो steam है ये rotate करती है turbines को. You all can see the turbine, and this turbine is connected to the generator. The generator converts it into electricity, and this electricity is in turn given to our houses. ठीक है. Now this is by far it is very safe if it is done in a proper manner. ठीक है. Because यहाँ पर कोई harmful gases release नहीं होती है. But apart from that there are certain problems also that we will be learning ahead. So let's now always remember a flow chart is always essential for us to remember the functioning of the nuclear power plant or any power plant that we have in this chapter. So here you can see that the nuclear reactor for nuclear fission, then you have it generates steam generation from the water. Then the steam moves the turbine. The turbines are connected to the generators, and the generators goes on converting into electrical energy. Now the system for converting steam back to water, here it is same as that of the thermal power plant. Okay. Now, one more important thing that you need to remember is the fuel which is used here in a nuclear power plant is uranium or plutonium. These two names you have to remember. ठीक है. Again I will say uranium or plutonium. ठीक है. Let's have a clear idea about what exactly is nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is converted into thermal energy. What exactly is happening here under न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट इज न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी थर्मल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट की जाती है जिससे स्टीम बनती है. ठीक है. दिस स्टीम इज मूविंग, सो इट इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ काइनेटिक एनर्जी. दिस काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ स्टीम इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ द टर्बाइन. बिकॉज स्टीम क्या करती है, टर्बाइन को मूव कर रही है. अब टर्बाइन भी मूव हो रहा है तो उसमें भी काइनेटिक एनर्जी है. And finally, the kinetic energy of the turbine is converted into electrical energy. So this flow chart over here again will help you understand about energy transformation in nuclear power plant. So nuclear energy जो यूरेनियम और प्लूटोनियम से मिल रही है, it is getting converted into thermal energy. This thermal energy is creating steam, which is a kinetic energy. This steam is moving the turbines. Again, this is kinetic energy, and then the turbines are converting this with the help of the generators, and electricity is obtained. Okay, so I hope this is also clear to all of you. Let's understand how does nuclear fission take place. Now in the very beginning when I discussed about nuclear power plants, I told about nuclear fission. Now what is nuclear fission? Let's have a look. Now here when a neutron, okay, if I have a neutron, and you can see in the picture also, if a neutron is bombarded on an atom of uranium 235, ठीक है, वो एक यूरेनियम का एटम है 235. It absorbs, अब 235 ये यूरेनियम का नंबर है, 235 यूरेनियम के एटम्स नहीं ले रहे हम लोग, ठीक है। इट अब्जॉर्ब्स द न्यूट्रॉन एंड कन्वर्ट्स इट इनटू आइसोटोप of uranium-236. This uranium-236 being extremely unstable, ठीक है, ये स्टेबल नहीं है. वी हैव लर्नड कि स्टेबल क्या होते हैं, अनस्टेबल क्या होते हैं, और हम लोग क्या करने की कोशिश करते हैं, ठीक है. सो वी विल नॉट गो इन डिटेल, जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट uranium-236 ये जो अब बन गया है बिकॉज ऑफ द न्यूट्रॉन अटैक करने से उसके, तो क्या हो रहा है, अब ये अनस्टेबल हो गया है, ठीक है. तो what does it do is now it converts into atoms of barium and krypton. You all can see it is converting into barium and krypton through a process of fission. Means it is releasing 3 neutrons and 200 MeV of energy. ठीक है. The 3 neutrons generated in this process causes fission of 3 other uranium-235 atoms releasing more energy. ठीक है. तो ये कंटिन्यूसली प्रोसेस होता ही जाता है. अभी यूरेनियम अगर थोड़ा सा भी प्रेजेंट होगा ना न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट में, तो अगर एक एटम को हिट करता है न्यूट्रॉन, ठीक है, तो उससे क्या होगा, एक यूरेनियम 236 आइसोटोप बनता है जो कि अनस्टेबल है. तो वो क्या करता है, वो कन्वर्ट हो जाता है इनटू बेरियम एंड क्रिप्टॉन, ठीक है. बेरियम और क्रिप्टॉन के साथ साथ वो और 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स को रिलीज करता है. अब ये 3 न्यूट्रॉन्स जो रिलीज हुए हैं वो आगे के यूरेनियम को हिट करेंगे, ठीक है. तो इस तरीके से ये कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस होता ही रहता है, इट डजंट स्टॉप. अंडरस्टूड. सो दिस इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल प्रोसेस दैट इज न्यूक्लियर फिजन. ओके, so the neutrons released in this reaction releases more energy through fission of more uranium nuclei. This process of fission of uranium-235 atoms continues and is called the chain reaction. Here you can see it is a chain reaction. In this picture it is clearly shown how it forms a chain and it keeps on going. ठीक है. In nuclear power plants, a controlled chain reaction results in release of thermal energy. अब ये है ना, न्यूक्लियर जो पावर प्लांट्स होते हैं ना, वो प्रॉपर तरीके से इसे मेंटेन करते हैं, ठीक है. ऐसे नहीं है क्योंकि इससे बहुत बड़ा एक्सप्लोजन हो सकता है इफ इट इज नॉट कंट्रोल्ड प्रॉपर्ली, ठीक है. सो दिस इज अंडर कंट्रोल्ड कंडीशंस. दिस यूरेनियम एटम is bombarded with a neutron and then it is maintained in order to produce thermal energy. इससे क्या हो रहा है, हीट क्रिएट हो रही है. जो हीट क्रिएट हो रही है इससे स्टीम बन रही है और स्टीम से टर्बाइंस मूव हो रही है. इन टर्न वो क्या होता है, इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी जनरेट करता है, ठीक है. सो आई होप न्यूक्लियर फिजन इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. Now, here the nuclear power plant does not use fossil fuel like coal. ठीक है, यहाँ पर कोल का इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रहा है, सिर्फ एक एटम का इस्तेमाल होता है, वो भी ज़्यादा यूज क्वांटिटी में यूज नहीं होता, ठीक है. Therefore, problems like air pollution do not arise. अब यहाँ पर एयर पोल्यूशन का सवाल ही नहीं होता बिकॉज यहाँ पर कोल का इस्तेमाल ही नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है. So also if sufficient nuclear fuel is available, this can be a good source of electrical energy. However, there are few problems associated with nuclear power generation as well. ठीक है, as I told you that it is very easy and you all can see how it is generating electricity. Now here uranium-235 atom is bombarded with a neutron. This neutron when it is bombarded, what happens? It creates a chain reaction. अब ये chain reaction क्या करता है, thermal energy create कर रहा है. अब यहाँ पर कोई भी फ्यूल नहीं इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, ठीक है, कोल इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रहा तो एयर पोल्यूशन नहीं होगा, ठीक है. इट इज अ वेरी साइलेंट प्रोसेस, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट it also has some problems. So let us have a look at that. Now, what are the problems of a nuclear power plant? The products which are used in a nuclear power plant, as I told you, they are radioactive. Means they are very dangerous to any living organism. ठीक है. The products after fission of nuclear fuel are also radioactive. मतलब जब ये हो जाता है ना reaction complete, तो जो emit हो रहा है वो भी radioactive product बन रहा है. And they also emit harmful radiations. The products are called as nuclear waste. Now, how to dispose the nuclear waste safely is a big challenge before the scientist. Okay, so they put it in drums and they dump it in a place where nobody can reach. An accident in nuclear power plant can be very fatal. Very fatal means very dangerous. This is because the accident may result in release of very harmful radiations. अब ये जो radiations है वो फौरन भी असर होते हैं. You all can see that there are so severe burns on that particular man. ओके एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट अगर कोई रेडिएशंस के करीब अगर जाता है तो रिमेंबर दैट इवन इफ देयर बॉडी सीम्स टू बी हेल्दी बट द चिल्ड्रन विच आर born after that they are they are disabled. Something or the other is here, as you can see in this picture also, there is a kind of disability in them. Okay, that is naturally coming because of the genetic mutation. ठीक है, जो उनकी जीन्स होती है ना उसी में ही चेंजेस हो जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ दीज रेडिएशन. सो यू कैन इमेजिन ये कितना डेंजरस होता है बिकॉज दिस कंटिन्यूज ओवर अ वेरी लॉन्ग generation also. ठीक है, तो there was a series like that was Chernobyl, which was based on accident in a nuclear power plant and how dangerous it could be, that it is shown. So you can go and see that as well in order to understand how a nuclear power plant can be dangerous as well. So I hope this much is clear. The problems related to radioactive substances used in a nuclear power plant, how they are dangerous, what are the problems that they can cause. I hope with this this part of the chapter is quite clear to all of you. In the next coming period, we'll be learning something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.
If you like our session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students.
This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.